Okay, so then
Should we go right?
yeah, except doesn't yeah.
Hi, everyone. I am Steph. I'm the past president, and I'm going to be filling in for Neil. He will be joining us later. Let me go all the way up here. Hold on. So tonight is our big Shark Tank meeting. It's one of our fan favorites. Just so you know that all of our meetings are recorded, and Marissa does a great job of putting them on YouTube, so check that out. If you all could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my slides aren't moving. Here we are. All right, I pledge
allegiance
to the flag of the United States. To the republic which stands one nation. All right, we have a lot of guests tonight. We're going to just welcome you all, and when there's questions at the end of the meeting, just make sure that we introduce ourselves and talk to them. But to keep the flow of the meeting, we're just going to keep continuing. So glad that you could come. We have some raw birthdays for February. Oh, it was my birthday, so I'm officially old. Susan, I think she's on vacation, so February 11th. Megan just got back from Cancun, so she is not here. And Peter, is Peter here? Nope. And then Meg, longtime Rotarian, Charlie with her kids. Anniversaries, look at that. Laura Lee at 14 years. Where's the time go? Same with Jeremy Morris, Eileen, and Peter. Peter has his 1 year, so make sure you congratulate him. If you're making announcements, come all the way up to the top tonight so that we can have it recorded, and make sure you speak into the owl and the microphone. Jenny. Jenny has a service project. You just want me to chit chat about it? I think we're a slide behind. Delay. Well, I'll just talk about it. It is the volunteering at the polar plunge. We are not plunging, right? We're not going in the water. Okay, I was confused on that. So Saturday, March 7th at Black River Beach, there's a sign up online. Yeah, it's not syncing. All right, we have a delay. There's lots of food, there's lots of pizza. Which is your favorite? Laura likes the honey garlic. The chicken bacon ranch. All right, we're almost back. All right, details on the polar plunge. You can always find these on our Facebook, and also on our website. So there are always opportunities to know what we're doing. And next up, we have the Pints for Polio event. This I just updated. It is going to be Friday, March 27th. It will be at Lost Island Winery in Skeleton Kruger in Alaska. You'll get a short tour. You get either a beer or wine tasting. And then the owner's going to do a music trivia game for us. So come on out. That will be a really fun event. And then all of our proceeds go to our polio donation. And I think we're ready to roll, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give the mic to Laura. All right. Marissa, are you ready?
Okay. Hey, Brandon's not here to make fun of me for being short. But I'm standing up on stage so y'all can see me tonight. Welcome to Shark Tank 2026. We have a very exciting night. We've got a lot of great presentations to listen to and to learn about. Lots of great opportunities for our club to partner with local nonprofits. So we'll go ahead and get started. I did make a script. I'm probably not even going to look at it. Let's be real. I'm going to wing it anyway. So there is my beautiful face. And I'm your MC for tonight. So sorry you get to listen to me for the next hour, hour and a half-ish. First thing we want to do is talk about the things that we've done in the past. So we want to highlight what this event has already given back to the lacrosse community. So in 2022, we did solar panels for the Dignity Homes. In 2023, we built a great greenhouse for the Northside Elementary and Cooley Montessori School. And then in 2024, we did the Gear Up supplies, partnered with them to get them ready to go to college. And we had a couple different opportunities with them over the year that we worked with them. And then our very last winner was Megan, and she is on vacation right now, but we were able to partner with the Cooley Region Humane Society, and we had Shade for Paws and People. So we built the gazebo, and we will be continuing to work with them. Actually, I think we've got another service event coming up in March where we'll get to go and build some benches and then play with puppies. And who doesn't love to play with puppies? So keep an eye out for that, and we'll go back to the Humane Society and we'll continue to build those relationships. So I think one of the things that is great to highlight with this event is it is a one-time monetary donation that we make to these nonprofits, but what we're able to do is build a relationship and provide opportunities for our club members to work with these nonprofits and just really get to know the good impact that they're giving to the community. So here is what's up for grabs. We have $5,000 because we put on this tiny little race every year. I'm sure it takes no effort from anybody, right, Brad? Like none at all. Actually, no planning whatsoever, right? Pretty simple thing. We just hit our most runners ever this year. How many did we have, Ashley? Sorry, we just took a bite. We had over 700 runners at our last Ugly Sweater 5K. So that's awesome. And that's where we get a lot of the money that we use for this effort. And then we also can partner with Rotary District 6250 for an additional $5,000. So there's $10,000 up for grabs and available to these nonprofits so that we can make that difference. And here's the different criteria that each of the projects that we're going to be learning about tonight have already kind of put into play before they present. So it must qualify for the district grant. It must include Rotarian involvement. Like I said, it's a really good opportunity for us to partner with them. So we can't just hand them a check and say bye. We need to actually work with them. It's in partnership with the receiving community, and it should fit into one of Rotary's 7 areas of focus. Our grants cannot pay for operational costs or salaries. And the winning project must attend a grant training seminar. It's 1 hour and submit the grant by May 25th, 2026. I already attended the grant management seminar for our club. It was a riveting hour-long experience. If you would like to attend it and learn more about what is all involved in that, I would recommend it because it does provide you a lot of opportunity to learn about what the grant process really looks like, not only for the district grants, but for the larger scale grants that Rotary offers as well. And the winning project must be completed and operating within the 2026-2027 Rotary year, which means that we have to have this started in July 1st of this year and then finished by June 30th of next year. So that's when the Rotary year runs. Okay, the pitches tonight will include how RAH will be involved in helping. So again, I'm going to go back to how we're going to partner with this nonprofit. The estimated budget and expenses. So of the $10,000, what are you looking at to use? Are you looking for all 10,000? Are you looking for not all of it? And how can we make sure that we're using that money appropriately? What are the timelines? So this has got September 2026 to May of 27. And then how Rotary will be acknowledged. So in some of these different projects that we've done over the years, there are plaques. If you see the Good Fight van driving around, our logo is on the side of that van. There's a plaque at the greenhouse. So we want to make sure that we're recognized and people kind of get our name on this as well. And then just a reminder, if I haven't called on it enough, making sure that our involvement is crucial. So we want to make sure that we're partnering closely with these opportunities. Okay, here's the nitty gritty. Each pitch has 8 minutes to present and 5 minutes to answer questions. We will cut you off at 8 minutes. We have a timer and a 5-minute and 2-minute sign warning. Ashley Santolin is your warning person. So once you're up here, glance over in that direction and she will hold up the pieces of paper to give you your warning. The order of pitches by each team was chosen at random last Saturday. Marissa was nice enough to provide a video. There was some negotiations and arm wrestling that happened afterwards, but the order of pitches was determined last weekend. We don't have any videos tonight, so I'm not going to talk about that. And the pitches are only given by the Rotarians. So the Rotarians are going to come up here and talk about what they're looking at. However, we do have members of the different nonprofits with us tonight. So if you have any questions, or if the Rotarian needs to, lean on one of those partners, then they're very welcome to do so and get them involved in the presentation. Then voting. So after the presentation tonight, an email will come out with the voting link. It'll come out tomorrow. It's open for 1 week, and it's only open to RAH members. You each get 100 Shark Bucks, and you can, it's not real, it is pretend money. You can allocate your wishes between the different pitches. You can only vote once, and if you can't count, you're in trouble, because 100 is a pretty even amount. We'll try and adjust if necessary. We have recorded the meeting, and the Rotarians who aren't here tonight will be able to watch back the pitches and the meeting, and then also still participate in voting if they're not able to attend tonight. So the countdown is on as soon as you get that meeting or that email. Make sure to spend your Shark Bucks so that we can get the opinions and the wants and wishes from our club members. And here is the order of the pitches tonight. So we've got 5 different pitches. We've got Dustin presenting for Aura. We've got Brad presenting for the YMCA. We've got Chelsea presenting for Toledo. We have Jason presenting for New Horizons. And we have Steph presenting for Habitat for Humanity. So we're going to start with Dustin. And I will call Dustin up. And he will talk about what we want to do with Aura this year.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Amy Shark. Hey everyone, good to see you. My name is Dustin Lukey, for those who don't know. I am here pitching for Shark Tank on behalf of Aura Trails, an exciting opportunity to invest a little green to help Aura's new community trail farm grow and cement our legacy alongside it. I'm very thrilled to be presenting for Aura tonight, and I've got Willow from Aura Trails here to answer any questions that we may have following the pitch. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Slight technical difficulties. Let's see what we can do. This doesn't count against my time, does it? All right, there, it's moving. Okay, so first and foremost, how many of you have been out to the community trail farm out on Highway 33 there, Aura's new project? A couple of us, we had a meeting out there that was fantastic. How many of you have been involved with something that Aura's done or know a little bit about Aura? A little bit more. How many of you have never heard of Aura Trails before? It's okay. Don't be shy. Yeah, you. That's all right. Outdoor Recreation Alliance is what it stands for, and their mission is simple. It's a very aptly named organization. Outdoor, of course, Aura Trail connects people to nature through building the infrastructure, the trails, the trail access points, and a lot of the outdoor infrastructure we enjoy around the area. They work up in Upper Dixon, so if you enjoyed some of those areas, you've enjoyed something that Aura has been a part of, recreation. Not only do they facilitate the infrastructure, they facilitate ways to get out and enjoy the infrastructure. They've got volunteer work nights, which regardless of how this pitch goes and how we allocate our Shark Bucks, we definitely need to get on the volunteer work night out at the trail farm. I think that's going to be a lot of fun for our club. They facilitate the high school mountain bike team in the area, climbing club, and so much more to get out and enjoy the beauty that we have here in the Cooley region. And Alliance is a key part of their mission. Not only coordinating those recreational activities, but facilitating partnerships in the community Recently, you may have been a part of this too. They just had the cold weather get together earlier this month, where they partnered with Beer Bike Brigade, Lacrosse Adventure Films, and Black Leaders Acquiring Collective Knowledge to get a community that may not otherwise readily get out and enjoy the trails and outdoor activities out there to experience the beauty that our area has to offer and to see that, there's so much to do in our area. So it's facilitating those partnerships for growth and learning that is a big part of Aura's mission. Now, the Community Trail Farm, if you haven't been out there, take a short drive out sometime. Highway 33. It is open now, although access is a little difficult. You have to park down at Camel Creek, and you're going to be out biking anyway, so you might as well just do the little extra to bike back to the Community Trail Farm. They're working on getting the entrance built this year and up to code, so we'll have hopefully parking by later summer, maybe fall, depending on how the fundraising goes. But it is a beautiful site. Take a couple of minutes to get out there and get out on the trails, and you'll feel miles away from the cross, even though it is right in town. They've got all-weather trails. They've got a lot of different types of trails, elevations, some a little easier to do. And the big part of that is going to be a community garden. So what is our ask here? Well, because the Community Trail Farm is also aptly named, a former farm out there on the south side of the cross, they've got some buildings that are still very usable, but need a little love. Our ask tonight is for the Corn Crib. It's a building that is in very good shape, from what I understand from the folks who have assessed it, but it's in an unusable wetland location right now, and it's kind of sinking into that. So it needs a little bit of repair and a new spot. Thankfully, that spot isn't too far of a move. They're looking to move it from the wetland area to where the community garden area is going to be. Again, not a major distance perhaps, but it is a little bit of a lift, and that's where we come in. So Sharks, tonight I am asking you to put your shark bucks toward a $10,000 ask for the Corn Crib relocation. Now, the relocation is the big part. We've got some estimates through Aura, and it's going to be about $7,500 to get the equipment and I guess the labor to move that from its current location in that sinking wetland area to what you see here, what it could be, the centerpiece of this community garden. And that includes the lifting, the transport, and the placement. The remodeling, and this is where we can also have a little more involvement in helping to rebuild the Corn Crib, just fix up some of those places, some of those elements of it to make it that hub. They're looking at about $2,500 for lumber and fastener materials right now. So, and a lot of the labor then is going to be through Aura and community involvement to give it that love, to make it something that can be a point of pride for all of us. And as you see there, see that little photo, there is a little rotary plaque there that they would love to have us put on that if this indeed becomes part of it. So it's part of our legacy, part of Aura's legacy, and it becomes a hub for the education, the workshops, the tool storage, a great gathering space for folks who are coming out to use the community garden, to celebrate the different ways that food is grown in our region and to provide that food then to the community. We know that the Kate Street Community Garden, Aura is looking to do something similar to that, to provide another option for healthy food grown by community members for community members. So some of the ways that we can help out, the move day itself, we can be there as cheerleaders, help maybe prep and guide as well. The Fix-It crew, of course, once it's in place and we're looking to renovate it, to do that light carpentry work, some of those repairs. And then the community garden itself, we can assist with the planting days, the upkeep, the harvest, and so much more. And we've been talking about even a possible collaboration with our greenhouse project that we did a couple of years ago to help get more kids out there and get that educational aspect involved as well. Now, areas of focus, we mentioned that this has to cover one of them. This actually, by our estimates, hits 6 out of the 7 areas of focus Not only is it supporting the environment by reusing something that's already out there, it's helping drive community economic development in terms of this is a place that people are going to want to come. Once that access point is out there, this is going to be a big draw on the south side of the cross. It's free, it's open to everyone. It will help with the basic education and literacy in terms of teaching people about where their food comes from. Maternal and child health and disease prevention, eating healthy, we know, getting out and active, getting together, this is all good for our well-being. And then peace building and conflict prevention, this is a place where a community can come together. That third space, as we hear so often these days, where people can get together and enjoy what our community has to offer. So that is our right. I'll open it up to questions. Yes.
That's not included in the ask and already funded.
So that is something that we talked about as a possibility. That's going to cost a lot, and that could be maybe a stretch goal if we may get another club involved and work to build that, because right now the cement base is really expensive. That is above and beyond the estimates that we put in there. The gravel base, which is what we're looking to do if the cement doesn't work out, and that's going to be a nice way to go regardless, will be a little bit more cost effective and able to be done within the realm of what Aura can already do. Any other questions? Yes. Is it cheaper to just build a new corn crib than to move it?
Yeah, it's pretty structurally sound, so it is, we could maybe you go to a football team out there lifting it up to where it needs to go, but I mean, you can maybe look at that. It is pretty structurally sound.
Yeah, and I think the point of moving it is to take that structure that's already out there, right, and refurbish it to keep that mission of being environmentally sound and using what we've already got. Yeah. Well, I think what do we envision the space being used for? I mean, we talked about the community garden aspect and just getting folks out there, but also educational opportunities as well, Willow.
Education opportunities with the community or the community garden. I mean, we already had students out to the farm site to experience what outdoor recreation is, but then be able to bring more students out there to let them learn how we grow food. Be part of that would be so awesome. So I don't know if this is mentioned, but it is 290 acres of land that we're developing into the outdoor community space, and this is a piece of that project.
A very central piece, I might say, because it's right kind of off the entrance as you come in. For those of you who went to the meeting, I think we came in, and then the garden would be kind of right off to your right as you go off on that all-weather trail out there. So it'd be one of the central pieces that you see as you come in would be this farm crib. Any other questions? All right. I won't be able to stick around after the meeting, unfortunately, but if you do have any questions, I will include the one-page slide after this meeting that has my contact info. You can reach out to me and I can either coordinate with Willow and the folks at Aura or answer them myself. So thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Really appreciate that. Our company does have a history. Dustin mentioned we've gone to a bunch of meetings with them. We used to work up at the upper trails. I figured out how to make it look like I was busy during the pump track restoration without actually doing a lot of work up there because it was hard. I also learned about the circle of death when working with Shark equipment. So next up we have Brad with the YMCA. So let's, and also give a call hand for Amy in the short costume here. Let's continue. Here we go, Brad.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Amy. Shark of the night. Well, hello, Sharks. My name is Bradley Burke, and I'm here to give you a great opportunity. I'm here to present to you a community center a youth community center that's run by the YMCA, and they need our help. And you're here to help us tonight. So I'm going to tell you about it. What is the, get my mic. So what is the community youth center that's run by the YMCA? It's a safe, fun environment where we support, empower, engage youth to discover, learn, and grow themselves. The youth center's mission. So what does the youth center look like? You can see in my, oh, I gotta do the slides, don't I? Right, push. Right. So here we go. So you can see a picture of the youth center. It's right next to the YMCA across. If anybody has ever been there, I'm sure you have. They have 14,000 members. This building is like a house that you live in. It's a really nice space. So, little history. So the home was opened in October 2015. It's a teen center at that time. The COVID caused the closing of it. And then in June of 2021, the community center was opened, and then they were restructured. And what did they restructure? What did they do? So the youth center is a drop-in center for at-risk youth, ages 10 to 17. They have hours during the school year that are after school, 3:30 to 7, and on the weekends, 12 to 4. And they also have days where there's no school. And they also have summer hours that are available for youth that don't have a place to land in the summer. So they have a staff to kid ratio of 1 staff member to 4 to 5, 6 kids. They have low barrier registration, so it's not a lot of restrictions for you to get there and take part of this. They focus on life building skills, recreational activities, and access to basic needs, resources like meals and clothes and hygiene. And they also have a van where they'll go pick up the kids from their school and bring them to the youth center and take them home. So here are some pictures of the inside the house. So as you can see, the main picture there, how do I get to presentation mode? Oh, that works. Thank you. So the kitchen is the main gathering area. So the kids, when they show up, they get a snack, get a meal. They have dinner prepared for them by the YMCA staff. So they hang out and they can gather. They have a game room, a TV room where they can go watch TV and play games with their friends. They have a quiet room for that kid that might just need a little space for himself. They have a computer room with a couple computers. Kids can do schoolwork or play some games. And they also have some game rooms with a big projection screen TV. And they also have an art room where there's a lot of paint and fun things to do. Here's the room that they have this recently created. It was something that I reached out to David Barberickson, who are big in the community for volunteering. And they said the youth center, could use some help. They created a closet for the needy families in the area. There's homeless people living in cars that don't have a change of clothes. So the youth center saw that need. So they created a space for you to come wash your clothes and find some clothes to change into. Take a shower, get some deodorant. So structured programs, they have a future leaders club. They have FM and gents group community nights. They have field trips in the summer and summer enrichments. And their gents group and their FEMM group, they're for young leaders 14 to 17, help them talk about their future. What are they going to do? They meet bi-monthly. So what do they need? What do they ask for? They ask for a refreshing outdoor space. Picnic tables for the kids to hang out. And permanent basketball hoops. STEM activities that will help them learn better. So one of those things is a 3D printer or a light making machine. And they want to refresh their needs. So hygiene is a big need in the community. Underwear, socks, deodorant. So how can the Rotary Club help us? Help them. We can help them by cleaning and having a paint day, have a hygiene drive to fill their cupboards, build picnic tables, install the basketball hoops, do yard work, clean up around the area, help them do some of that work, and create some STEM activities for the youth. And we can also volunteer at their community night. So Sharks, how will the Rotary help How will the Rotary make an impact on the youth in this community? Well, the Rotary can have a service event to build the basketball hoops and install them. We can build the picnic tables. We can have a service day to clean, paint, and clean up the yard. The Rotary Club can have a hygiene drive for undergarments, clothing, seeking donations to fill the cupboards. We can also have a service day at the community center, or youth center, and the community. The Rotary can also organize a STEM event. I mean, I thought about this. How do we engage them to learn? So using that 3D printer to create a project. So again, here's Sharks. Here's a summary. Here's our investment. Here's where the money goes. We can buy this 3D printer with filament $1,000. 3D printer will allow students to design, prototype, and test their ideas quickly, making an idea for engineering challenges, science fairs, innovation, contests for bridging the gap between theory, practice, helping students understand why a design is works or it fails. Basketball hoops promotes activity, health, and outdoor plays, adolescent, while supporting their physical development, skill building, and social engagement. And then picnic tables for the outside area. Create a national gathering area, making them ideal for group hangouts, team building exercises, community events such as art craft workshops, storytelling sessions, and neighborhood meetings. They foster friendships, they reduce social barriers, and they strengthen community bonds. So, in summary, here is what you Sharks can do to support the community center we live in, and the community that we live in, the youth center. The project summary, YMCA Youth Center Enhancement Initiative across Wisconsin. We are requesting $10,000 to support a high-impact community project benefit at-risk adolescents aged 10 to 17 at the YMCA Youth Center in across Wisconsin. The project focuses on improving recreation, educational, social, environmental, and fostering resilience and health development in the positive community connections for local youth. How will the funds be used? A basketball hoop, permanent basketball hoops, $5,000. 3D printer for STEM activities, $3,000. Provides hands-on learning tools, introduce the STEM concepts, digital design. And who doesn't want to print something in a 3D printer? And then picnic tables. The materials to build the picnic tables. We can buy the materials and we can build them right from scratch. So we can save some money there. So the anticipated impact. The investment directly supports at-risk teams by providing a more safe, supervised recreational, reduced exposure to risky environments, expanding access to STEM learning, sparking interest in technology and future career paths, creating welcoming outdoor activities. My alarm going? I'm done? Okay. You can read the slide. So I'm gonna bring up my, I have 6 guests from YMCA here, and I got Ariana and Anna to come up and ask, come on up stage, guys. We'll put you on the spotlight. So what are the questions?
We are a completely free program. You do not need to be a Y member. So any youth that is in the age range of 10 to 17 can come on in. Our registration, kids don't necessarily need it to walk through our doors. We do ask for it just to get emergency contact to create that safety element and just liability to be in our transportation units. But if a kid comes in at 4 o'clock that was walking to the Y, wanted to hang out, we're never going to shoo them away. We're just going to connect them or connect with their parents. It is for anyone in that age range.
How many students do you think?
Yeah, so we have been tracking data more carefully, I guess, the last couple of years. So we see about 20 to 25 youth a day. In 2024, we served 85 youth, and then in 2025, we served 198. So we had almost or over 100 kid increase and hope to increase that more in 2026.
This is a very new program too, so I mean, people are just learning about it. I just learned about it here recently, so that's a good pitch game.
Yeah. Hi. So currently we have 3 picnic tables. 2 of them are wood and then one of them is plastic and that one just seems to be doing a little bit better. Our wood ones are having some like rotting spots or just chipping away. So we're probably thinking building 2 as the one still.
I will just add, we're serving teens, so their body temperatures do not care, also when it's 30 or 40 degrees. So the other night, they chose still to have dinner outside on these picnic tables, which one of them right now has like a hole in the wood. It's unfortunately rotten. We also have kids that are still playing basketball every night right now. They do not care. Shorts are still cool, I guess, at 25 degrees. So like, no matter, right, we have a clothing closet, we will offer them a coat or a jacket or whatever they need, but clearly optional, and as a parent, I see it every day. But also in our kids, so these are spaces that are touched on a regular basis and year round.
I'm sorry, another question. How old?
I can answer that. So there's not like a age restriction to be a Rotarian. In the college age groups, there's Rotaract clubs. I don't think there's an active Rotaract club in the La Crosse area. Basically out of high school, because if you're in high school, then you're in Interact. And then once you've graduated from high school, then typically we would look for a Rotaract club, which is at the college level. But if there's not one available, then there's nothing that says that you couldn't join a Rotary club at the age of 18 or 19.
We probably should also say that we will have access to, was it 14,000 members of the YMCA, and there are 24,000 members that we will publish this project to let the members of that YMCA know what we were doing. So our name will get out there in the community in a big way. Anything else in want to add? Rotaract has a youth program for kids in high school. So
Ari and I have goals to figure out 18 to 24-year-old programming out of that space as well. So you have my brain spinning.
Any other questions? Thank you, Sharks. Remember, to use better. Think about it. Dream about it. Really need your help.
Thank you so much, Brad. And thank you to the YMCA members to come with and help us understand the project better too. Okay, and here is the contact information. So this will go out in the slide deck as well. So if you guys have any questions and you'd like to reach out to them directly, there's their information. And next up, I'd like to bring Chelsea to the stage to talk to us about Cholita.
Hello, folks. Those are 2 really strong pitches to follow, so I'm not gonna lie, it's a little intimidating, but here. First, I just wanted to say thanks to the club and Rotary for creating this opportunity for us to be able to network, get out there with the community, push my comfortability a little bit. This was a very humbling experience connecting with Cholita because I did not know what they did. And to my knowledge, we have not, as a club, worked with them before. And it sounds like we have some service opportunities that we can assist with, even if we don't win the pitch. All right, so about Cholita, it was founded in 1973, and they have been supporting children and families for more than 50 years. A cool thing that I discovered is that they aren't just a day school service and they aren't just a community-based service, but they actually house individuals with unique cognitive, developmental, and behavioral challenges. Our location here in La Crosse houses 42 individuals, and our location here is a category or facility number 5, meaning they handle the most difficult individuals. So there's constantly a wait list. They help people from all over the nation. They currently have somebody there from Alaska at the moment. So there's definitely a need for what they were helping these students with. They help them with a variety of things such as transitional skills, leisure and recreational skills, They help them prep for real world scenarios, community engagement, and creating independence. How can we make an impact? Again, there are 42 residential and there's also 20 day students currently at the moment. Again, they cover people, or they accept people from all throughout the country, and it is a one-of-a-kind, unique experience that helps them create skill sets that make them strong in the community, and they can hopefully get to the point where they graduate and hopefully can take care of themselves without being a risk. And with our help, our students can experience moments of joy and growth and create memories. That's right. Okay. Okay, so the project, they are hoping that we can enhance the learning, therapeutic, and recreational environment for their children with profound autism and complex developmental and behavioral needs. They like to promote healthy habits, building lifelong recreational and leisure skills, and then getting them out in the community, which is a beautiful thing because here we are giving back to our community. So right now, they are looking for assistance for both indoor activities and outdoor activities. As you can see from this slide, their current garden space is a bit on the sad side, and it's also unfortunately not accessible to everybody. Sorry, but yes, it's not accessible to everyone. So it would really be beneficial if we could get them some raised garden beds. On the left-hand side, you can see where some of their bikes are stored. Unfortunately, they don't have a space to hold them interior. So some of their bikes are really expensive because they're adaptive bikes. And being out into the weather elements, obviously it can damage them quite significantly. This is a really fun one that I learned about. I had no idea what sensory boards were. And I'm just flabbergasted by them. I think it's a really cool opportunity. I want you to pay attention to the little widgets and that little yellow star down on the bottom. That's kind of one of the spots that I was envisioning where Rotary could be acknowledged on it. The money would go further if we made our own sensory board for them. It would also allow us to use our creativity, but they also have items online that we can just purchase these sensory boards. So the breakdown with their goal, if we have the $10,000, they're a healthy habit program, which is a year-round funding opportunity to help them with their curriculum. It would be $2,500. Recreation and leisure, again, creating garden beds, using the plants, the soil, creating STEM kits and sensory walls. Also, if any bikes need to be repaired, again, here on the picture, you can see one of their adaptive bikes, sorry. So 5,000, a big hunk of that would go towards that aspect. And then also community involvement, getting those students out and socializing and experience opportunities that all of us get to experience. This will help with the admission fees or just fun stuff to spend money on for like the local farmers market, or something we all enjoy going to is move to. If we didn't receive the full 10, obviously all that money would be just cut in half. Why does this matter so much? It provides students a safe and structured environment that develops them for real world scenarios, creating lifelong skills that prepare them for graduation of the program. And it also helps them enjoy some successful and confident future leisure activities. All right, how does it tie into Rotary, the 7 areas of focus? Definitely with child health, we are promoting, again, healthy habits. It helps the environment with their raised garden beds, teaching the kids how to properly garden, and hopefully, ideally, if we can get some fruits and vegetables, hopefully they have a better green thumb than I do. And basic education and literacy. All right, so this is really exciting because there's so many different avenues that Rotary hours could be recognized. We could have a plaque in the garden. The Rotary logos could be incorporated into the sensory boards if we were open to building our own sensory board for them. Ideally, the big dream would be to connect with Chalita at their local site and have the news crews come out. And Again, they do have some service opportunities that we can connect with them, but they have an all campus carnival in May that we could service and help them pull off a really great carnival for them. And then again, even connect with the local news crew. This is the timeline. I mean, receiving the money in September. We could start doing some of the indoor projects in October, November this year. And then when we get towards the spring of 2027 is when we could start implementing the raised garden beds. And then May 2027 would be a great opportunity to assist in the spring carnival. And that was all I have. I do have Brendan here. He is the director of the residential services at Shalita to help answer any questions you folks have. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. So our youngest student right now is 6. We have 4 houses that house students of all ages. So the youngest house is anywhere from like 6 to 12, but we have students that go all the way up to 20 years old. And our Illinois students graduate at 21. So between 6 to 20 to 21 years old.
Wow, I must have been very thorough. 42 residential students at the moment, 20 day students. Again, they have a constant wait list because they are definitely in demand, and there's only so many sites throughout the country. And again, La Crosse is a level 5 facility, handling some of the most challenging individuals. He was just saying that. Oh.
No, you're okay. 6. Our youngest right now are, I guess not our youngest, but our ages we accept really any age, but our youngest is typically between 6 and oldest is 21. Yep. And our to touch on your point too, our day school we have about 20 students, but also our 42 students residentially also go to school there full time. So that curriculum that we are looking at, the wellness program, would be for all of our students on campus all year round.
Yeah, definitely. So the question was, how would the funds be kind of split up with the items? If we choose to build our own sensory board or sensory wall, the money will go further, right? And we could use our creativity. I know a couple people in our group are really skilled at woodworking. Do not give me the power tools, please. So if we go that route, the money will go further. It all depends on if we want something that's already pre-made that we assist them with, or if we get creative and roll our own sleeves up. Great question. Okay, well, I will bow out then. Thank you, folks.
All right, thank you, Nemo, Chelsea. We'll go ahead. Next up, we have Jason. Oh, I thought you were over there. Jason presenting for New Horizons.
I was hoping we had a clicker by the time I got up here. Looking forward to it all day. Good evening, Sharks. So, first off, I'm gonna let you ask you to think about when you were kids on a swing set of the summer, how fun it was. Some of you may have had that metal one that came out of the ground if you swung too high. I did. Quite frightening, but everybody lived, and the metal slides. So, the reason I bring that up is New Horizons is asking for a new swings. So, Project Play in Peace. Little background about New Horizons, real quickly. They started in 1978 under the YWCA, and then became its own nonprofit in 1993. Over the years, they have grown to meet the ever evolving needs of our community. In 1986, they launched their children's program, expanded to Trimble County in 1987. 2010, they expanded more, and they acquired the Domestic Abuse Reduction Team, or DART, which works with the police department here in La Crosse, providing specialized support to victims of domestic violence. 2011, they changed their name from New Horizons Shelter and Women's Center to New Horizons Shelter Outreach Center to better impact or to better represent all of those they serve, including men. Today they offer a variety of free confidential services, including legal advocacy, safety planning, support groups, youth and family advocacy, and housing. Just a quick little number to throw at you, and then we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. Over a 2-year period, to provide an emergency shelter to 375 women, children, and men for more than 16,866 nights. So the current reality, it's a space at risk. The problem New Horizons currently is looking at is their swing set and seating area have reached a point of critical deterioration. Big word. Safety hazards. Kids should be able to play and have fun and be in a safe environment. Over time, swing set has become unsafe for these kiddos to play and have fun at. The impact, currently New Horizons must restrict children from the play area for their own safety. The place meant to be a sanctuary, the off limits zone, is a reminder of the brokenness rather than a source of relief. So why play matters in recovery? This is actually some scientific research. Children experience trauma and displacement and domestic violence in a playground service. The 3 S's of the function. The first one is soothe. Physical movement helps soothe and helps regulate the nervous system after high stress events. Probably why I'm moving around so much. Socialize. Play allows children to build bonds with peers who are sharing the same life experiences. Kids are all going to be in the same shelter, unfortunately, for the same reasons. So they can build that bond and make a friend to help them out. And a sense of normalcy. When life turned upside down, swing set is a universal symbol of a normal childhood. So the proposal here, a new sanctuary. I'm asking for your votes or Shark Tank Clubs. So we can build a new sanctuary or a RAH safe and sound play area. First things first, we need to get a new swing set up and ready for the kids to play on. The Falcon Ridge swing set, or eighth wonder of the world, as they kind of call it. It's a swing set by KidCraft, and it's just an awesome swing set. So awesome, in fact, it's capable of holding up to 13 and energetic kids, busy and happy. We'll hold 13 kids ages 3 to 10. There's a twist and ride tube slide, 2 high wall wave slides, a play clock, and a double-sided chalkboard, rock climbing wall, 2 belt swings, and a 2-person glider, a kitchen with a play sink, stove and accessories, and a cafe window and movable bench. In addition, we'd like to purchase a toddler bucket seat that can be swapped out with one of those slide swings, as well as an accessible and inclusive swing for those that may need those accommodations. Lastly, I would like to include a couple of benches to allow the mothers to supervise their children comfortably while finding a moment of personal reflection. These benches will be similar to the style that we got from the Humane Society. Plastic gliders worked out really nice. And this is the swing set. And that's a big swing set. Looks pretty cool. Picture of the seats there. The blue one is the accessible one. The black one with the cool little elephant snout is for the toddlers. The long-term vision. Durability. By investing in a commercial grade material now, we ensure that it will serve hundreds of families for the next 10 to 15 years. Swing sets are built a lot better than they were. Confidentiality and care. The private space allows families to play without the fear of hypervigilance that may be felt in public places. Their shelter is all fenced in with like 8-foot fences, so the families would feel safe. And then this quote that I found, and nobody knows who said it: "A child's right to play is a fundamental step in the journey towards healing." I might claim that. Budget breakdown, swing set, $1,899. Not cheap, but it's a big boy. The accessible inclusive swing, $670. The baby toddler swing, $141.56. I've actually been in communication with that company, and they are willing to give us a discount just because of this project. So they're on board with that, which was nice. The 2 benches, I believe Megan said they were $100 each. I'll check on that. So right now I'm looking at a total of $2,911.55 plus tax. So Sam's got to get his piece of the budget. How are we involved? Well, kids, put in your tool belts, great tools, and we're going to get together and do what we do best: give back. We're going to put the swing set and benches together. Shouldn't take any more than a day. It's upside down. Looked like a 5 to me. The more the merrier. I'm sure Neil could probably get us some hard hats if anybody wants one of those. And I'm gonna have a sign that they said we can put up there. It's literally going to be called the RAH 2006 Safe and Sound Fund Store. So, timeline, February, March, here we are pitching, we're gonna be voting. Everybody loves this project and I win. April and May, submit the district grants, make final plans, quarterly items. September, receive the grant money, yay. October, everybody comes together, gets the project done. Once it's all done, we'll review what funds we have left and work with New Horizons on what's next. Low risk project gives a sense of normalcy to kids. With the new materials used for swing sets, they'll last longer. And what kid doesn't like a swing set? Like what I did here? Wait, there's more. What do we do with the leftover money? That's kind of a phase two. New Horizons mentioned that not everybody has kids there, so the mothers, the women or men that are affected by domestic violence, kind of like a Zen area where they can hang out, chill, reflect, get some plants out there, some walk paths, more benches, some flowers, lights, simple stuff like that. Area of focus, maternal and children health. Not, it isn't physical, but it's more of a mental health. In closing, what would we be doing? We'd be purchasing a building, the swing set, 2 benches, the impact of having brand new safe swing set. Gonna have those 3 S's. And it does pass the 5-way test, especially the last truth. Is it fun? So how is the new RAH Safe and Sound swing set not fun? Thank you for your time, everybody. Thank you and good luck to my fellow Rotarians with their pitches. Unfortunately, I have nobody here with me. The lady I was working with, Heidi, she hurt her back and was not able to make it. So I could try to field questions, but I can try. Hey. So currently, there's no swing set at all, like. Correct. Yeah, it's toast. There's nothing there for the kids besides like a area of like rubber compound. Going once, going twice. Oh my! Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jason. If you guys have any questions or would like additional details, please reach out to Jason directly, and I'm sure you can get in touch with Heidi. That way, you can get your questions answered. And our last pitch for the evening belongs to Miss Stephanie Klein, and she'll be talking to us about Habitat for Humanity.
Hey guys. So I am pitching a raw bill day at Washburn in partnership with Habitat for Humanity. Not only am I a Rotarian for 12 years, but I've been working for Habitat for a year, and it has made my life different for the better. I've learned so much, so I want our club to experience it as well. So just a little bit about Habitat. We have been bringing people together to provide affordable homeownership for over 30 years. Our mission is that every family should have a safe, stable, and affordable place to live. Right now, with so many people not having a place to live or not having a adequate house, we're really trying to help with that need. Habitat is not just about building houses. The location that I work for, we do a ton in the community. We rehab and build houses. We repair homes. We reclaim materials. You might remember like the Pink Palace or Mayo Clinic. Any of those materials are all found in our restore. You can see that we have done 1.3 million pounds have been diverted from the landfill just from having the restore. We always advocate for change. We have many different programs throughout the year. And then we also promote sustainability. That is the department that I work in. So I work with stormwater mitigation and revitalizing neighborhoods. So Habitat is more than just a house. It's to provide a ample quality house options for the healthiest and sustainable communities for all. I think I'm a little behind with the slides. As you know, Habitat just doesn't give away houses. You actually have to qualify for the house. And it's at between the 30 and 80% poverty line. And this year we are going to see over 100 applicants that qualify, which is both alarming, but also very sad. So with that, our location has been renewing different lacrosse locations for the last 13 years. This means that we go into a neighborhood and make the necessary changes, not in only just one house, but several houses. And as you can see, we are really grateful for our 1,000+ volunteers. So what my pitch is our next project is already just starting. The foundation was laid 2 weeks ago, and we're doing a development in the Washburn neighborhood and Washburn Gardens. This is located by Division and 10th Streets, over by Mayo, in La Crosse. You can kind of see where the 2 stars are, and those are going to be the 2 houses that we are going to build. One is going to be a modular home that will come directly off the factory and be delivered, which is a really cool sight to see. And then the other is a rehab home that was moved from a different foundation, and we're going to gut and redo the whole thing. So what I'm proposing is a raw build day at Washburn. The $10,000 would be put towards the houses. This project supports 2 families that are already been selected for home ownership. We would host the build day in the fall, and one would be for the mod build and one would be for the repair home. And this is going to be an all hands on activity for us. So due to construction, this project has been moving really quickly because we realized the need for people to get into these homes. So it actually is starting in March. I'm going to have the burn build day that will do the demolition and everything inside. But some of the projects that we get to do in the fall would be replacing windows, installing trim, sanding, finishing floors, painting, landscaping, and building an outdoor shed and carport. The acreage of these are very small, so it's going to be kind of tight. So having that outdoor space is part of the project goal. Here's the budget for the day. Housing costs cost a lot, but our construction director said, if we can get something for you guys to do hands-on, then we will find something. So he suggested doing the framing package, outdoor shed, a carport, landscaping, and all of our wonderful manual labor to do all these things. This is where the part that comes, the really part that changed my life this year is meeting the families and getting to go to the home dedications. I was just at a home dedication last week. That family has 6 kids, 2 adults, and they were living in a 2-bedroom house for the last over 5 years. These are the 2 families that are selected for these houses, the Zhang family and Ebony. She has 6 kids, he has 4. They are really ecstatic to be put into these homes, but they are going to be right alongside with us and our Habitat crew. They have to have 500 man hours before they can get the keys to this house. But the home dedications, that would be part of our project, that we would be invited to these home dedications. And it's just a really great way to see how happy these people are to finally get home ownership. So my pitch is that we support the Washburn Neighborhood and Garden project. The gardens are actually going to be completed in April and May, so I can't do that pitch, but that is something that everyone really wants there. So it's building community. We will have a hands-on build day, and then we'll also be invited to the dedication ceremonies that take place with that. This is kind of my overview slide that you'll see in your email, so you can remember the project and what you would be doing if this would be selected. And also, I just wanted to say that this is really important, that housing is a big issue that we're facing right now. The number that our director is saying that we need to create 14,000 homes by 2030 in La Crosse, and there's no way that's going to happen. The Washburn house that we are rebuilding was given to us for $1, so that we could provide a larger family to have that house. So let's make an impact and have a raw build day at Washburn. Questions? Jason. We won't be part of the demolition. They're moving that pretty quickly. There's something called a women's build, which is in March. There's still open spots. So you can go and, well, not you, but there's also different buildings, but that's where they're going to be doing all the hammering and gutting everything in March. This project is going really quickly because we want to get these people into their homes. The last home that we had took over 2.5 years to get done. I spent time drywalling, siding, putting nails where I shouldn't. Like, I learned so many skills, but that was just a really important part. Emma. Yes. So we have a really great crew, a construction specialist team, and then there's some 4 volunteers that have been with us for years and years. And they are always willing to teach you. Like, I learned how to do big drills that I was really scared about, but now I can do. But there's always someone to help you. But at the end of the day, then you get to know those skills. Like I know how to site a house. Like that was pretty cool. Anyone else? Chelsea. That was the project that we're finishing up this year. It's called Renew the Block. It's on Avon Street. So we did 11 houses that had critical home repair and we made them ADA compliant. There was someone that had a wheelchair, they needed a ramp, and we wanted to make sure that they all could age in place. So, new heat pumps, new insulation, better stairways. That was the project that has been in the works for the last 3 years. It will be done this fall. Fingers crossed, because I'm really excited to start this project. Yes, there's always opportunities at Habitat. They love volunteer groups. They love build days. Some of them are paid build days and some of them are not. There's always ways you can go on the website and there's volunteer opportunities. I think there's the house that we just finished. They had a lot of people coming in to help just like finish painting or cleaning. But if you look on the website, there's always ways that anyone can volunteer, not just our group too. Anyone else? Perfect. All right, thanks.
All right, and thanks for the delay. This next picture is the things that nightmares are made of. Marissa made it with Copilot. Just wait for it. I'm not showing my children this. This is what happens when you tell Copilot to turn one into a show. Yeah, so if you have nightmares, you can blame Marissa for that one. So yes, I have been your fantastic MC for the night. Thank you everyone for being here. Is that our last slide? No. There is a ton of pizza. Please go get round 2. Fill up a shark plate and take some with. There's also a bunch of cupcakes that Marissa does not want to take home. In your little cups on the table, there are shark gummies. Please take those as well. Marissa doesn't want to take all the candy and the cupcakes and the pizza home. So go up for seconds for pizza while you're mingling after. Feel free to ask questions to anybody that presented or any of the nonprofit groups that are here represented with us tonight as well. Is that it, Marissa? Is that the last slide? Okay, I don't have any more slides for me, but we do have an announcement. Amy the Shark would like to make an announcement. Oh, President-elect, not the Shark.
So, reminder everyone, it's election time. So, if no one saw this, your election email was in your Chronicle. So surprise if you didn't read it and went to your spam. So please look for the election information in the Chronicle that was sent out a week and a half ago-ish. I'll send out a reminder again for that. But it's very important that you vote for your election to help us with the board next year. And everyone's very excited about joining committees. So again, if you want to step up and be on a committee chair or on a committee, please talk and we'll help you get active. Also, one last reminder, PETS, President-elect something conference. Yes, thank you. It's coming up that I'm going to the beginning of March to help you prepare for my presidential year. So we are doing a drive for kids, and I am collecting blunt, scissors, and acetaminophen.
Yes.
Good job.
Today is the last day. I'm collecting money or the items. If you just want to order the items, I will meet you somewhere. I just need them by next Thursday. If you want to give me money, I can do that as well. I will just buy bulk. Any questions? Thank you for everyone who's donated already. It's great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. Any other announcements that we had from anyone in the peanut gallery? Membership committee update? RAH Kudos? There's a membership appreciation and outreach event. I can't see this on my screen, so I have to move over here. So on Saturday, April 11th, Nathan, do you want to highlight this or do you want me just to look at what's on the screen?
Yeah,
Okay, there is a appreciation event at Myrick, at the park shelter. Join us for picnic social, recognize club members, invite new and prospective members, fun and fellowship. More details coming soon. So that's a good way to invite new members, learn a little bit about RAH and just spend some time hanging out with different club members. Bring your family, bring your kids, let them run around. It'll be a great time. And Nathan is organizing that, so if you have questions, you can ask Nathan. Public image. If you ordered a shirt, one of the new hoodies or one of the new long sleeve shirts, make sure that you pay for that tonight. I don't know who hasn't paid, but if you ordered, make sure that you gave your money, and then we'll get those ordered so that we can have more of our apparel gear. And a special shout out to Marissa, who spends an excessive amount of time going back and forth on what color is the right color of the shirt to order, just to make sure that everybody's super happy with the different apparel that we have. So thanks Marissa for going through all of that. And is that it? Oh, please stay for a group photo. Oh, yes, stay for a group photo, so that we can get pictures of everyone who did their presentations tonight as well. And we have signed up to have a youth exchange student for the upcoming year, and we need people to have that student live with them. So we don't know what type of student, if it's a he or a she, or what part of the world that person is from, but we are looking for host families. So if you would like to open up a room in your house to a student, and you say yes, then that determines where that student goes to school, and then we will continue to recruit within that school district. So Danny has hosted in the past, Larry has hosted in the past. I think that's it here, but it's a great opportunity. Georgia's with us this year, and Youth Exchange has been a huge part of our club for the last 10 years or so now. So
That needs to be.
oh, Steph just eats her water. And our next meeting is the River Point Development Manager, Jason Gilman, and that'll be here in 2 weeks, and we'll learn about the new River Point development. And Neil included a quote: start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. I think that's a great quote. It kind of emphasizes the work that we heard about tonight and learned about, and there's always a good starting point. So, and I think we're going to finish it off with the 5-way test. So if you could stand up. Of all the things we think, say, or do, is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Is it fun? Is it fun? Yes. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thank you to everybody who did a pitch, and take some pizza and cupcakes home. Yes. Marissa, where do you want the group photo? Do you want everybody or just the pictures? Don't run away too soon, Marissa. We'll get mad if you don't get this picture. I think those are one of the people who pitched, and then a big group photo too. Yeah, I think so. Okay, do you want to grab this? Oh, geez, that's sticking out of the ground. Yeah, you guys get up there. Yeah. Oh, you can
Where are we missing?
Dustin.
Dustin,
Dustin.
Willow's here, Dustin.
Yeah.
Why people do you want to get in this? It's Brad. He's up there. Oh, ready.
I'm in disguise.
He's ready. Like, crouch down. Yes.
Good answer.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody help the shark.
Hey, is that good? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Good job, you guys.